At this time, I would ask that you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Isn't it strange that princes and kings and clowns that caper in sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity? Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless mass, a book of rules, and each must make ere life is flown a stumbling block or a stepping stone. You may be seated. Good evening and welcome to the 2016 summer graduation ceremony for Virginia Beach City Public Schools. We are pleased that everyone would join us tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of these young people seated before us. My name is Daniel Keever, and it's my pleasure to serve in the Department of School Leadership and have the opportunity to work with our high schools. I'd like to introduce our distinguished stage guests. If you would please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Joining us tonight to my immediate left, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Aaron Spence, and to his left, our Chief Schools Officer, Mr. Richard Wright. To my immediate right, members of our school board, Ms. Beverly Anderson, Ms. Sharon Felton, Ms. Dottie Holtz, Mr. Joel McDonald, Ms. Carolyn Rye, and Mr. Leonard Tingo. Please join me in a round of applause for our distinguished guests. Also joining us this evening are all of our high school principals. Their names are listed for your convenience in the program, and I would ask for them to stand and be recognized at this time. Last but certainly not least, we're joined in the audience this evening by a number of our school staff members who have worked with your sons and daughters over the course of their high school career, our guidance counselors, school improvement specialists, assistant principals, teachers. We appreciate your attendance this evening and would like to give you a round of applause for being here as well. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Aaron Spence. Dr. Spence.
Well, good evening, and thank you all very much for joining with us tonight as we celebrate the incredibly hard work and dedication of all of the young people that are seated here before us in this colorful ensemble. Virginia Beach City Public Schools is proud to host this inaugural summer graduation ceremony as we intend to honor all of our young people who have met the requirements to be recognized as graduates. I'm thrilled about the opportunity to share in this celebration with each of you and also pleased to be able to personally shake hands with each and every one of our graduates tonight as they come across this stage. Tonight we're going to be acknowledging nearly 130 young people who've made the decision to participate in this division-wide event. And I will be excited to see this celebration grow in future years. But this evening, I want to thank each of you for helping us to begin this new tradition. You are trailblazers, and for that, I say thank you. Additionally, let me thank a few groups for leading the effort to coordinate our ceremony tonight. Special appreciation first goes to our Office of Student Support Services and our Office of Student Leadership for coordinating all of the logistics. Let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our amazing high school principals and their teams for helping to make this event possible. And finally, I'd like to thank the members of our school board who were just introduced for making a commitment to all of our students. Our work in public education is a team effort, and so please also allow me to share my thanks and my true, sincere appreciation for all of you in the audience. Moms, dads, family members, teachers, principals, assistant principals, everyone who has helped to push and prod and cajole and sometimes pull along the young people who we are here to honor tonight. I want to thank all of you for making education a priority. But most especially, graduates, I want to tell you how proud I am of you. I want to tell you how proud I am of your persistence, whether you are here tonight because you are graduating earlier because you have extended your senior year a little bit, we are proud of you for your persistence. We are proud of you for your hard work. And I want to just very briefly lay this challenge upon you. You have been given a pretty remarkable opportunity. To be educated in the United States of America is an incredible opportunity. It is one of incalculable value. And the challenge that I want to give you is this: what will you do with this opportunity? And I will simply say this to you. You can choose to be mediocre. You could choose to be average. It's rather easy, frankly, to go through life being mediocre or average. Or you can choose to take advantage of this opportunity and you can become exceptional. And I would hope that you would want to be the person that they write about in the history books. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Again, we're very proud of you. Thank you all again for being here this evening.
At this time, if you'd please join me in welcoming our Chief Schools Officer, Mr. Richard Wright. Mr. Wright?
Thank you, Mr. Keever. Thank you, Dr. Spence. Good evening to our board members, my colleagues, our wonderful principals and educators here in the room, family members, but most importantly, good evening to the class of 2016. Good to see you this evening. Absolutely. I have the honor of providing you with a challenge this evening, graduates. And it's the next step in your life. And I believe whether you're heading off to a 4-year institution, a 2-year program, enlisting in the military, or if you're going right into the workforce, this is an example of you embracing your destiny and getting ready for an incredible impact. Are you ready for an impact, graduates? Are you ready for an impact? Well, I'm going to challenge you on that. How many of you dream? How many of you dream? How many of you still dream? I'll ask you that question again in a moment. Well, Walt Disney says all of our dreams can come true. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. I'm looking out here, looking in the crowd, and I believe that our graduates are dreamers and they have the courage to pursue their dreams. How many of you agree with that? Absolutely. What we don't see, what we do not see, beyond their robes, there's a great deal of determination, there's a great deal of passion, resilience, there may be some pain. We have principals and assistant principals and teachers and confidants that know these young people personally, and they know what they've been through, whether this is an accelerated path, or again, as Dr. Spence said, whether you're making that final step and you may have had some challenges. I can only imagine what those student-teacher bonds are like, because I tell you, I miss high school. I miss my teachers. I miss my administrators. So I can only imagine those that spend extra time with you. And let's be honest, do they love you? Do they love you? They love you, absolutely. Again, so for those that still dream, I want you to be honest. And I'm not talking about dreams of Pokemon Go, all right? How many of you still dream, young people? How many adults still dream? Absolutely. The future belongs to those that believe in the beauty of dreams. And it's not about our youth. Now. It's also like a recipe. Now, I love to cook. So undoubtedly, it takes ingredients in order for us to put together a great recipe. And today, you've put together the best recipe, and it's based on your dreams. So we sprinkle in a little hardship. Maybe we sprinkle in maybe a dash of love, a dash of challenge, a dash of your parents looking at you and saying, you know you're going to graduate, right? But that's your recipe. Class of 2016, it's your timeline, it's your dream. So repeat after me. My timeline, my dream. Say it again. My timeline, my dream. Be passionate about your dreams. Understand this is your path based on your dreams, your encounters, ramps, off ramps, road maps, traffic jams, maybe even stoplights. And we know in Virginia Beach you have to watch the stoplight cameras, right? I remember dreaming about being a weatherman as a child. Can you believe that? A weatherman as a child. Then, Dr. Spence is laughing, I can hear you, sir. And then, my middle years, I wanted to be a mortician. Don't judge me, just fascinated. As I went off into school, young people, I wanted to be a CPA. But I realized that numbers on a page and me, it was like oil and water. It didn't really match up. But let me tell you what happened to me. This idea of dreaming, this idea of my timeline, this idea of your timeline, this idea of passion. I spent some time tutoring in Richmond Public Schools. And I tell you, I sat down with a couple students, and they looked at me like, why is he here? The one that was here before, it didn't work out, so what are you doing with him here, right? But I tell you, we built a relationship. They didn't want to review point of view. They didn't want to know about expository writing. So I stopped one day, and I asked the students, I asked them, do you dream? And one little boy looked at me and said, that's none of your business. Another young man looked at me and said, you don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through. I'm like, well, he's middle school. He's pretty deep, right? He said, I don't dream because nothing around me reminds me of happiness, passion. I'd like to say maybe he didn't know his timeline. Well, I didn't give up. And I built a relationship with those young men like your administrators, like your teachers, like your guidance counselors have with you. And all of those young men that I tutored in Richmond that year, since then have graduated and gone on to do great things. They've gone on. We talk about timeline. One more time, young people. My timeline, my dream. My timeline, my dream. One more time. My timeline, my dream. So you have to find your niche. And I promise you this. When you find your niche and you find what you love to do, other than video games, other than a little ESPN and a little more Pokemon Go, when you find what you love to do, you will never work a day in your life when you find what you love to do. But your timeline is a great timeline because you're all here. Graduates, I have a challenge for you. Do me a favor. In response to those who say, stop dreaming and face reality, I say this to you. Keep dreaming and you make your own reality. Graduates of 2016, we are very proud of you, and the best is yet to come. One more time, my timeline, my dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wright, for sharing your perspective and message with our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will begin the process of recognizing our graduates and presenting them with their high school diploma. Each of the school principals will join Dr. Spence and Mr. Wright on stage to shake hands with the students as their name is called. Our reader for the graduation ceremony is Coordinator of Student Support Services, Mr. Robert Jameson. We'll announce the graduates in alphabetical order by school name. I appreciate the audience assistance in ensuring we can hear each of the graduates announced.
We will begin with Mr. James Miller, Principal, Bayside High School. Raekwon Leonte Battle. Shiara Simone Grant. Cassie Lauren Hunsberger, graduating with honors. Shannon Marie Job, graduating with honors. Charles Grant Demonaire McElroy, graduating with honors. Takia Kiana Forrest. Taylor Ty Terry, graduating with honors. Tylea Marie Valentine, graduating with honors. Derek Lee Young. Frank W. Cox High School, led by their principal, Dr. Randy Riesbeck. Courtney Aaron Cover. Brandon Scott Giltz, graduating with honors. Alexander Hopp. Henry Thomas Johnson. Annalise Meredith Lane. Joshua Taro Lamond. Mackenzie Rose Morgan, graduating with honors. Miley T. Popila. Alicia Donise Scott. Mariah Lynn Semsey, graduating with honors. Amara Marie Slocum. Brianna Alexis Wise, graduating with honors. First Colonial High School, being led by Principal Dr. Nancy Farrell. Angela Marie Baldo. Savannah Grace Barbarian. Alexander Christian Bennett, graduating with honors. Charles Roland Hartz III. Darian Michael Houston. Elijah Sky Maupin, graduating with honors. Jacob Michael Murphy. Jennifer Lucia Santos. Madison Nicole Smith. Barbara. Green Run Collegiate, being led by Ms. Barbara Wynn. Caleb Moore. Donisha Riddick. Green Run High School, being led by Principal Mr. Christopher Tarkenton. Roxana Elizabeth Beltran. Justin Jose Bubin Evangelista. Idemir Burnett. Zachary Everett Cornell. Ebriana Mahogany Green. Kion Gerard Green. Kyle Christopher Gwynn. Zaria Tyree Harrison. Zaria Tyree Harrison. Kendall Jerome Johnson. Lally. Brandon Joel Lally. Samuel Stephen Pendleton. Malaya Atavia Price, graduating with honors. Olivia Anne Marie Price. Daniela Teresa Robles. Alexandria Elizabeth Schofield. Martavius Terrell Shine. Davia Rosella Spinner. Catherine Jade Thornton Smith. That's right. I got it. Oh, yeah, with the bird. Kellam High School, being led by Principal Dr. Daniel Smith. Gregory Day Keenan. Serena Mazurko, graduating with honors. Jeremiah Isaiah Smith. Alicia Lee Thomason. Callie Ann Michelle Van Pelt. Kempsville High School, being led by Principal Mr. William Harris. Cody Clifford Anderson. Emma Charlotte Aussie. Cheyenne Sierra Austin. Reynald Dio Bowen, graduating with honors. Rebecca Lynn Bullock. Kaylee Nicole Dreyer. James Benjamin Elkins. Kyla Nicole Hughes, graduating with honors. Apollonio Marcial Solano. Christopher James Wilder. Lansdowne High School, being led by Principal Dr. Cheryl Askew. Christian James Bowers, graduating with honors. Jawan Eric Brown. Andrew William Bile. Rayshawn Hines Capers. Isabella Elizabeth Cleary. Michael Anthony Colvin. Leah Elizabeth Eisinger. Liam Jesse Griner. Athens Renoir Malesi Holloway III. Alasia Dana Hyman. Keonis James Lovely. Jason Scott Myers, Jr. Michaela Aniel Miller. Ryan Chandler Porter. Danielle Dora Robinson. Alex Luciano Rodriguez. Ariana Elise Rodriguez. Sybil Charisse Stevenson. Kyrie Deshawn Stewart. Ryan Jace Gabriel Villanueva. Patrick A. Vite, graduating with honors. Gotcha. Khalil Jaquan Williams. Brianna Wilson. Bryson Amos Wise. Ocean Lakes High School, being led by Principal Dr. Claire LeBlanc. Justice Keyshawn Birch. Amir Adonis Calloway. Ashanti Keshana Corbin. Tieta Ray Crumbley. Brandon Michael Grunewalt. Jordan Alexis Hernandez. Joseph Anthony Hoteling. Sydney Elizabeth Virginia Johns, graduating with honors. Austin Bailey Jones. Megan Alexis Marshall, graduating with honors. Ashley Princess Negron. Tylisa Latia Northcutt, graduating with honors. Ashay Carvita Peed, graduating with honors. Princess Anne High School, being led by Principal Mr. Danny Little. Wendell Wayne Bowers, Jr. Amanda Renee Edwards. Tatiana Maria Gilbo. Albert Lee Harris III. Alan Hayes Mackey. Kamani Santiago DeMarco Williams. Salem High School being led by Principal Mr. Matthew Delaney. Kaylee Ann Belote. Warren Benderson. DeAndre Lamar Brown. Christopher Rafael Cabral. Madeline Reese de Guzman. Trinity Soroya Fennell. Michael Anthony Maldonado. Raymond Anthony Joseph Olson. Rory Alexandria Samuel. Shantasia Deshay Shaw. Davina Catherine Sims. Okay. Tallwood High School being led by Principal Dr. James Avila. Thomas Marlowe Detrone Green Detrona. Thank you. Thomas Marlowe Detron Green Jr. Donna Maria Hawker, graduating with honors. Isaiah Augustus Johnson, graduating with honors. Peyton Malia Lowhouse, graduating with honors. Tyler Casey McCutcheon. Dariana Nicole Santos Reyes. Casey Elizabeth Watts, graduating with honors.
Thanks, James. Dr. Spence, I'm pleased to hereby certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements set forth by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach students, it's now my distinct privilege to conduct the switching of the tassels signifying your completion of graduation exercises. Please do so at this time. Class of 2016, please stand. By the authority vested in me by the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby pronounce you graduates of Virginia Beach City Public Schools. Congratulations. Audience and guests, I'd ask that you please remain standing for the recessional of graduates. Graduates, you may be in the recessional. Please follow Mr. Long. Have a great evening and thanks for being here.